surprisingly, we're coming up to one of the two times when it's really almost impossible to find a seat in church. Christmas and, of course, Easter. And I hear this a lot from parishioners saying, well, I hope that somebody doesn't take my seat on those days. And I'm just like, oh, we're welcoming our families and people that may have been away. We want to have them have a warm and welcoming place. Of course, I'd rather have them have a seat in this church so that they can feel at home here in our Catholic Church. With that being said, there's a story that's very pertinent to the gospel that I may have told before, and if so, I apologize, but I like it, so you're going to hear it again anyway. When I was back in Ohio, probably a year after I went to seminary, visiting my family, the church there has an adoration chapel that's open 24/7, and I just wanted to get away from my family, I think, and I wanted to go to the chapel to pray, so I left and went to the chapel to pray. Now, the chapel, much like ours, had maybe 15 seats in there, and I was the only one in the chapel praying in front of the Blessed Sacrament. A woman walks in, taps me on the shoulder, and says, "Excuse me, sir, you're in my seat." She was dead serious. Apparently, there were plaques on the back of all the seats that were in memory of people's loved ones. I guess they were donated when the chapel was built. And she really thought that that seat was hers. So, of course, I got up and I moved to another seat, and she took her seat and she prayed. But, of course, if we donate things to the church in memory of a loved one, it's for the greater glory of God. It's not our particular seat. But I really held on to that for a while, obviously, I'm telling the story again, because this is not about us. Nothing we do here, when we walk into the front doors of the church, is about us. We have to leave our ego, we have to leave everything at the door. And we come as baptized Christian sons and daughters of God. I don't care if we're the pastoral council president, or we think that we're justified because we pray 5 rosaries a day or whatever. I mean, we're all in this together. We can't come here and stand in judgment of somebody else. This is what makes church community work. This is what makes church community reverent and church community vibrant. We leave our ego, our occupation, whatever else that might make us feel different than anybody else or better than anybody else at the door. In Sirach, he says that the Lord hears the cry of the poor and the lowly, and those prayers shoot through the clouds to the eternal dwelling place of the Most High, where he hears and answers those prayers. The Lord hears the cry of the poor, he looks for the humble, and he raises up the meek and the lowly. That's what we believe full-heartedly. St. Paul says, my life has been poured out like a libation. We just had the wine tasting last night, so it's very appropriate to homily last night. But if we look at the crucifix which we have in our sanctuary right now, this is the one that we used to have in the chapel as we're waiting for the larger one to come. But I love the image of Christ because he has given everything for the will of the Father. It wasn't about him, it wasn't about ego, it wasn't about anything but the will of the Heavenly Father, for the gospel, for proclaiming peace, for proclaiming forgiveness, for proclaiming the kingdom of God. We ourselves, as we come through those doors, we come to worship as a family in faith, all coming from different walks of life. And what makes worship so beautiful is, yes, we bring our prayers for ourselves and for our families, but we can also, we're sitting next to people who may be traveling down a road that we might have once traveled down. We can give the encouragement and support and says, you know, I've been there, let's move to a place of light. Let's move to a place that's going to give you a little more comfort and a better way to live according to the gospel of Christ. We can encourage, we can support one another, we love one another, we have fellowship together. And again, that makes faith and worship together so beautiful. Because if not, then we take our place and we pray to the Father. And you notice that even in the gospel, when the Pharisee took his place into the church, he said to prayer to himself. And that just struck me, like, was God listening? He said to prayer to himself, where the tax collector came in and couldn't even raise his eyes to heaven. Couldn't even raise his eyes to heaven. Have mercy on me, God, a sinner. When we come in here to worship, we take our place in this church, and hopefully we can take our place in the way that the tax collector did, no matter what walk of life we did. Because it's not about what we can do. It's about what he can do. It's about what he has done for us, he is doing for us, and where he is leading us to. It's about him and his working in our life. May we come here, God, be merciful on all of us, a sinner. But how blessed we are to have this community, to have each other, to lift us up in faith, lead us closer to Him, pouring out ourselves completely for our service to one another, our community, and the world, pouring out ourselves as libation, that indeed we are justified in His sight.